Hello and welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. And look now at our stories. Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Ernest Addison has maintained that election-related pressures and uncertainties played a major role in cedi performance for last year. He maintained that things could have been a little bit better for the cedi if it had not been some of these challenges. The Bank Governor has been speaking on PM Express Business Edition, which airs tonight at 9 p.m. on the JoyNews channel.
In 2017, when I took office, it was 4 cedis to the dollar. It remained there for a while, depreciating gradually. By the end of 2021, after 4 years, the cedi was trading at 6 cedis to the dollar. 4 years. And it hovered around 6-7 cedis till we run into trouble with the domestic, with the debt sustainability issues, and everything was unhinged, and then you saw that the currency also shot up. So yes, to the extent that the economy, in terms of the macro framework is properly set, one can expect the currency to remain relatively stable. What we saw in 2022 was unusual. That was the impact of the debt exchange on the currency and the panic, right? And the panic that was associated with it, which led to this overshooting, what the economists call an overshooting of the currency. We went all the way to 17, and I think we came back to 15. And we've been trying to recover from that experience since then. Now, the speed of recovery should have been better, were it not for the fact that 2024 was an election year. We should have seen a much faster recovery in terms of the stability of the currency. But this year, the currency hasn't been too stable, partly because of the issue of speculation and sentiments and precautions that people were taking because of the elections.
Doc, do you think that we have seen the West in terms of those heavy gyrations based on the work that you've done?
No, it cannot be based on the work that I've done alone. You have to be forward-looking.
That's something
based on the work that will be done going forward. I cannot predict, right? I cannot predict. We are yet to even have a budget for 2025. We need to see what the government policy program would look like. And if it stays within the parameters that have been set under the fund program, one can expect some reasonable stability in the currency going forward. So it's not only based on the work that has been done, you also have to look at, forward-looking manner, the way in which the policies will be implemented going forward.
Dr. Ernest Addison, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, speaking on PM Express Business Edition, which is tonight at 9 p.m., some couple of minutes away. Now, I want to stay within the financial space because savings and loans companies are warning of collapse of the sector due to more than 200 million debts owed by public sector workers. There is more in the following.
This revelation was captured in a letter to the Finance Minister, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, from the Association of Savings and Loans, seen by Joy Business. The Savings and Loans Company argued that the delays in paying these debts by the public sector workers is causing what they describe as great financial strain on their operations. They argued in this letter that the collapse of even one company could have some serious implications for the economy. The association is therefore seeking audience with the Finance Minister, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, to see how these monies can be paid back on time. The savings and loans companies in the letter also revealed that the development is also causing some serious liquidity issues for some of them. They also argued that it is affecting the ability of some of them to raise fresh deposits. It also argued in the letter that these debts that has been accrued over the past 4 months could hurt the sector badly and spread to other areas.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies says, well, the issue with regards to what is happening, would not affect the public sector workers.
But we believe that with proper collaboration and proper engagement, the government should be able to settle these, if not even with direct cash every month. We know that there should be a payment plan we have written to the Ministry of Finance, we have engaged the central bank, and we believe that if they are able to come up with a payment plan, for us, we will continue to serve the market, we will continue to serve our customers, but we need to address these challenges. For us, when our CEOs met on this issue, we agreed that it is a major concern, but we have resolved to continue to grant additional facilities to those who qualify. So for us, we will continue to grant facilities to those who qualify, but we, at a point in time, you know that you cannot continue at a certain point in time. And we don't expect that we will get to that point. And so this is something that we all need to resolve before it gets to a point where financial institutions decide that they will not. But for us as an industry, we continue to grant facilities to all those who qualify, but we will continue to also be more stringent to making sure that we get value for our depositors and our shareholders.
You're still watching Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo-Baka, and there's some breaking news coming through, and an international arbitration court in London has thrown out a $400 million tax charge against Tullow by the Ghana Revenue Authority. And George Yafe joins me in studio with more details. George, thanks so much for joining me for this breaking news we are learning. First off, give us the background to this.
So I think some 2 years ago, the Ghana Revenue Authority did an assessment on the work done by Tullow in terms of their operations in this country. And that is, Ghana Revenue Authority made an argument that based on the assessment that they've done, Tullow Oil should be paying the Ghana Revenue Authority or the state somewhere around $400 million. Well, it appears that Tullow wasn't satisfied with this charge, and they had to take it to the International Arbitration Court for a ruling on this matter. And today we understand that that ruling has been released to the public in terms of the final outcome by the International Chamber of Commerce through this international arbitration court based in London.
So what does the ruling say?
Well, the ruling gives us some background. So it says that Tullow notes that the International Chamber of Commerce, ICC, today delivered the tribunal award that regards to the application of the branch profit remittance tax, that is the BPRT, to its operations under the Deepwater Tunnel. So this is covering all the operations here in Ghana. Now, the tribunal determined that that tax charge is not applicable to Tullow Oil Ghana since it falls outside the tax regime provided for under the petroleum agreement as well. So as a result of this tribunal's award, Tullow Ghana is not liable to pay the $320 million of this charge issued by the Ghana Revenue Authority. It will have no further exposure to this kind of tax charge with respect to operations under the petroleum agreement. Tullow continues to engage with government of Ghana on 2 further tax disputes. So it's not, there are about 3 of them. So this is just one that has been cleared, referring that to the ICC in February in 2023, which is the aim of resolving these tax disputes by some mutual basis as well. So this is more of the details that they won't pay this actual $320 million, but the other charges as well, and they are hoping that they will be able to reach some agreement with government going forward.
So essentially, what does this mean to Tullow and of course GRA?
What it means for the state and GRA is that they were looking to recover this amount of money. They won't get it unless there's another avenue for appeal. But also for Tullow Oil, this might come as a big relief for them because the year 2024 has been a terrible one for them and would have hit them further. Their discussion with Cosmos didn't go through. So this would have actually been a big dent on their fortunes, and this should offer some serious relief for them. But for government of Ghana as well, their hope to realize this amount of money from Tullow might be dashed. We don't know for now whether there's an avenue to seek an appeal with respect to this particular ruling.
Very well. Thank you so much, George, for joining me in studio with all the details that you need to know in relation to this Tullow and GRA matter. Of course, we shall follow up on that and keep you posted in our subsequent bulletins. Away from that, the Ghana Insurance Association says it stands ready to assist persons affected by any form of disaster in the country. Now, this assurance follows the devastating impact of the inferno, which ravaged more than 100 shops and with goods running into millions of cedis at Katamanto, a popular second-hand clothing market in Accra. Now, speaking to Joy Business, President of the Ghana Insurance Association, Seth Aklasi, maintained their readiness to ensure all persons are insured in the trading community.
What we can alternatively do is that we create a pool, a certain pool from which there is a certain amount that is dedicated as premium and then a certain amount that would be determined as to whether when there is a disaster like this, then we will definitely get to compensate anyone. But how? How do we fund such a system? Are we going to get government to contribute into that pool? But we are all in this country. We are aware that government, for even their statutory or constitutionally mandated obligations like the District Common Fund, are behind schedule. How are we going to be able to take the fractions and invest them and be able to pay? All right. I heard Doctor mention when I was offline that there are issues like we go to where the risk is better. No, we are ready to take risks. We take risks and we prepare for them. At the last disaster in 2015, if I remember very well, which was flood, because fire is completely linked to flood. A lot of reinsurers, both internally and externally, asked insurance companies not to assume any risk around such places. We have gone on and then done 3 loss surveys, recommended risk improvement, which is part of what we do to say that if you're able to do these things and reduce the frequency of occurrence of the losses, we'll be able to grant cover and cover you at the time of need.
All right, Seth.
Unfortunately, as we're having this conversation now, once we finish these discussions, we are all going to go to bed until there's a next fire or there's a next flood or something. But something can be done about it. I assure the insurance industry is ready to support people in times of disaster.
On his part, President of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng, stated that the association will engage with various authorities to ensure its affected members are given the needed support.
The authorities, for now, the short term, we have the NADMO and all that who have the resources to deal with such things. I think we have to engage with such institutions, and then also the metropolitan authorities. We have to also talk with them to see how they can manage for people to reoccupy the place. Sometimes, if we do not do it well, because they have, it's a speculative thing that maybe they want to take our market. That's why they've come to ban it. And so as soon as everything is settled, you see that people are rushing back to go and build their pavilions or their stores or kiosks and all that without any proper planning. But if we do this with the metropolitan authorities to give the assurances and then find a proper way of really building the place for the people who have actually lost these properties, then it will be okay. So it's an engagement that we have to assume with the authorities, including the government itself.
Meanwhile, GCB Bank PLC assured traders who had subscribed to its value-added package of the bank's support during these trying times. Executive Head, Retail Banking Department at GCB Bank PLC, Sina Kamagate, who commiserated with affected traders, urged the uninsured ones to sign up to the bank's value-added package.
As a bank that cares for its customer, we launched a product. We called it the value-added package for our customers. And the essence of that product was in anticipation of a day like this, a day where fire can bring their businesses down. And for our customers who signed up for that product, there is some good news on the horizon for them, and that is we are going to initiate the insurance indemnification process right away. We would make sure that we get them some bit of restitution or support to cushion them. And for our customers who haven't signed up, this is the clearest opportunity for them to continue doing business with us. What they need to do actually is to continue depositing and lodging their funds with us after close of business. For customers who are able to do average of 50,000, we register them on an insurance for a day like this, and the bank fully covers the premium. And so much as we condole with our customers, our sympathies are them, I bring them the sympathies of the board, of our MD, and the entire executive management team who continue supporting them. And to the Ghanaian populace, we are saying that GCB is a bank that cares for its customers. And so if you are into business, register, open an account with us, and you would qualify to be signed on to our value-added program, which signs you on an insurance for burglary, for fire. And so we condole with our customers, and our sympathies are with them.
Away from fire-related stories, there are calls for the land administration system challenges to be addressed to attract more foreign investors. Head of Special Projects Unit of the Lands Commission, Dr. Benjamin Quay, says this is also key to supporting local and diaspora businesses to thrive. He spoke to Joy Business at the third edition of the GUBA Diaspora Conversation on Ghana's economy.
The Diaspora Conversations Conference marked a significant success in unraveling the narratives, experiences, and trajectories of the diaspora community, focusing on the diaspora canvas. Dr. Quay stressed the need to foster relationship between government agencies and foreign investors.
Oh, no, we are aware of the challenges that people face in acquiring land. So that's why we have embarked on what we call educational awareness programs. We've established YouTube channels and this where we try to educate the public on the steps they have to take to acquire their land. When there are instances where the aspirants, they come to the office to seek our advice, we give them the appropriate advice. But we also encourage them to go out there to seek advice from the professionals out there, the lawyers, the valuers, the surveyors out there, to help them to go through the process appropriately. And I believe all will be well. I think it's very important because at the end of the day, we want to educate the people so that we don't do the people. Because at the end of the day, if Ghana wants to attract investors into the country, we should make sure that the land administration system is okay. Because land is the base. When they come back to Ghana, they want to build their house, they want to establish business, it's on land. So if they have a good land administration system, then we know then everything will be well for the country.
President and Chief Executive Officer of GUBA Enterprises, Denta Amwatson, said it is pertinent for diasporans to meet various public sector departments to get first-hand information on doing business and living in Ghana.
If the right strategies are put in place, so for instance, she has a restaurant, right? Even with Dirty December, she has opened her restaurant at 5 a.m. to make sure that she gets those people who have finished the club to come to her restaurant. But it was a challenge because there was no service in terms of tro at that time, because her people have to arrive at the restaurant probably around 3 or 4 before they open at 5. And so if these things are put in place, it will work. For instance, the nail salon, making sure that she mentioned that, is it going to be security, right? Because if people are coming in at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, are we going to make sure that there's security for these people that are coming in and also leaving to go home at those times? We have to look at labor laws. How long can people be working or doing overtime with all of these things? But I think it's a good opportunity. I mean, some of places in the UK open 24 hours. McDonald's is open 24 hours. And so it's a great initiative if the structures are put in place.
The conference provided a robust platform for diasporans to engage directly with crucial governmental bodies, business magnates, and investors.
President of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Stefan Abbas Mason, has implored the Ghana Tourism Authority to market the annual masquerade festival, popularly known as Tardi Bronya, to harness its economic potential to generate significant revenue for the region. According to him, this unique cultural event, celebrated from 25th to January 1, has become a significant attraction during the Christmas season, drawing thousands of revelers and tourists to the city. Speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Abbas Mason appealed to other corporate institutions to come on board to support this rich cultural display.
This is a $1 million industry. The clubs, there are more about 50 or something clubs. And these clubs start sewing their costume from the middle of the year. So you can imagine the people who import the fabrics for this industry, the hotel industries, the catering industries, and all other industries, all the industries in the value chain, even the tailors, the dressmakers who do this thing. So you can imagine the volume of business that comes in relation to this annual event. And this has been done more than 25 years. More than 25 years. So it's a big industry that the government needs to put an attention on it. You know, we keep saying that Christmas is for Takrade, maybe Easter is for Kou and stuff like that. So this is what it means. This is generally what it means. Look, the least club has more than 500 people. That's the least club, has more than 500. The biggest club has more than 6,000 people. So you can imagine. And people all over the world. I believe that you've seen a lot of white guys, people from foreign land, people coming from abroad to come and be part of this. So it's big. So we need a government to put a lot of attention into this industry. And
MTN Ghana has donated hundreds of hampers filled with baby essentials to newly delivered mothers at selected health facilities across all 16 regions of the country. Here is more in this report.
The gesture forms part of MTN's effort to spread love during the Yuletide. A total of 600 hampers were distributed to newly delivered mothers and their babies on admission in selected hospitals across the country. Samuel Bartels, Senior Manager in charge of Regulatory and Government Affairs, spoke on behalf of the Chief Corporate Services and Sustainability Officer, shedding light on the donation.
Christmas is about giving. On Christmas Day, we celebrate the birth of a child, in this case, the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And so this hamper distribution project that MTN has been embarking on since 2011 is our way of sharing and celebrating Christmas with the mothers and their babies who happen to be in the hospital on Christmas Day and on Boxing Day. And that's what we've been doing since 2011. Since then, we've distributed over 3,500 hampers. So we are here to share in their joy and also bring them the spirit of Christmas and celebrate with them on the birth of their children. We are doing this distribution in all the 16 regions of the country. In Greater Accra, we are doing Kolebu here. In Kumasi, we are doing the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, the Dambai Hospital, the Ho Teaching Hospital in the Volta region, and then Dambai is in the Oti region, Tamale Teaching Hospital, Holy Family and Sunyane hospitals, so all over the country.
Expressing her excitement, Victoria Jamo, Senior Midwifery Officer at Kolebu Hospital, commended MTN Ghana for their continued support.
We are pleased to have MTN Foundation with us here this morning to actually give to the mothers. As part of their charity work, they are here this morning and they have given us 140 hampers filled with a lot of goodies, including diapers, wipes, like as in baby stuff. Yes, so we are so grateful and we hope to see them again. They should come next year and maybe in a much bigger way. The department is grateful and also the mothers are grateful. It will go a long way to help the mothers because some of them are in need. They can't actually afford to pay most of the things they buy